Now, Uba asset declaration one. Yera Mahama, me who say President be declared an asset one free media. Nina be the leader. There's always a normal process, no way. And the year can say what who say who yasa yama media mediator. Nanka wuye, what be was a miniama me when ye. That way a media car way a media because Yani Bebre. Oh, Yani Bebre, I won't throw a curtain. Oh, no, Are. Massa, that is a man cancer more. You have some that's a senior mirror, Bobia Cayeno. You ever see a momo break? Young gas, Rebecca, so, Mona Mamma Hukani, Casa. Just like Dr. Bomia said, and Kadi, what's any baby? Because Moon say you have nothing to offer. It's a man is a friend say is trapped by his own words.
Yeah.
Bloody and Kaya MPP. The chairman Yaba. Chairman Gia to say it is a blue army.
Chairman Abba.
It is a blue army.
Blue army this morning.
Chairman, no more green. He wants to join the blue family.
Chairman,
yeah, because we're green here, so Chairman blue are also joining.
Opposition now.
Yeah, me opposition.
Now you're very mad.
We opposition.
You were parliament. Then they never bring up and say, oh, say only 50 days in power. Oh,
they're
Chairman, permission same free so now, baby, I would be free, especially on the Dr. Baumia and some of the other. I was saying, now you're not going to say on Casabat, the air near worrying.
Bichia, I on the man, now, so no one I would say, and I will crew. Well, I saw I'm watching Webby now. One man, a quanda, any imizem common. Sometimes, no, if I hear politicians talking now, then be someone who say, 24 hours ago, where were they? 24 hours ago, where were they? And in me, Benjamin, one of your sister stations about GJ talking about Ameswale. Then he started mentioning some of the journalists during MPP time they were harassed. Bobby and Saukai, Akoyawo City TV.
Caleb Kuga,
who confirmed me just muscle cars.
Yeah.
Look at the torture that it went through at the Blue Gate. A whole lot of people. So I tell about me or Infa. That's the question you ask. Who can say journalists? Omoye statement to be said for their own protection. They are falling into silence.
Yeah,
okay.
Blackout.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Omo statement. If you have been in government, take plus or minus 50 days. I say Ghana, how?
I said it's a military takeover.
How? In my year, I am brand idea. I am bra. Employment. Who can say transition? Statement. Say, Abino, Omunja recruitment here. Because we have the physical space. Abaya Ebano. I'll take you back to 2018. 2008.
208, yeah.
Come on, Professor Mills will take you over. He had his own policy. But okay, sir, Kufuor no single spine. Until single spine, but no, because it has to increase the. Kufuor had the opportunity in government for 8 years to increase the salaries of the police, everybody 1 year. But all no ja. Sir Albatross to Professor Mills say on year the increase salary. You saw what the government went through. Now, fast track. President Akufo-Addo no time mobile. We had a whole senior minister. Okotena vetting committee, I'm saying that time or parliament, I'm sure it was there. No, because Obia ya employ no. There's no physical space. True to form, Ajimamenu, Minister for Health. By nurses, more. Oh. The one year, you see, I keep saying that one thing we should do in this country is speak truth to power. These things have happened. I told you that last time. I may say from 1992 about 2000 in Aban, the moment MPP took power, and this thing started. I said it here last time. Because US, after elections, government changes, all the government appointees, government, they voluntarily resign. All government, appointment. As we sit here now, Donald Trump, what is he doing? Federal workers, OUBAD. So is it different from Ghana? I mean, we believe OE federal, OE if you or say yeah, America crown, who ya American, so papa no mami or move your the court. So when I say it's done by the rule of law, it's not different from what is happening anywhere.
Is that how we want to do it?
That is why transitional team statement say they are doing a lot of recruitment into Omunjai because they had 8 years to do all this recruitment. Not after elections, they will start filling their plane. The government, some of them have not even gone on payroll. They don't know how much even they are going to be paid. The next government will have to find a physical space to pay them. And most of the time, before there must be financial clearance. There must be financial clearance from Ministry of Finance. Most of them, they don't have financial clearance. Yet. And then at the end of the month, you have to pay them. Where are you going to get the money from? What I say? So it is not, it is, Baumia, he had 37%.
41,
37 or 41, whatever I think.
Let's talk.
Yeah, 41.
On your 41, you should shut his mouth. We are only in power for only 50 days. They've been in power for 8 years. That's why I get angry. I get angry when there's hypocrisy. People are hypocrites. 8 years, you did worse things. That your finance minister has now run away to say he's sick. And you are not saying, ask your finance minister, sir, 58 million on the shell. Oh, no. What hypocrisy? All of us sitting here should speak truth to power. If NDC is doing something that is wrong, me, Adekoka, I will speak about it. Because you are all Ghanaians. And if we don't speak truth to power, this country will not grow, will not move on. You should stop being political. You did these things, you sack people, you created an economy in the dire straits, and only 50 days you are saying it's like a coup d'etat. It will be like a bazooka d'etat.
That's how we justify, especially the attacks on the installations or Kasafa home.
Where's the installation?
Yeah, people are looting.
They didn't do the worst things.
Is that the justification?
I'm telling you that, look, if you sow a seed, you put a seed on a stone, it will not germinate. If you put seed on a good soil, it will germinate. Did they put the seeds on good soil? That is why we are doing rule of law. You see, Munkofi, now we are investigating. Yabema. Obinum went to employment with a complimentary card. I told the last time that I happened to be a member of a committee of the Ministry of Interior Committee. About almost 5,000 people have been recruited to the immigration. Understand? And where's the money? So don't let us be hypocrites.
Okay.
Let us speak true. But we should stop that. That's why I'm saying that the transitional law now act, we should now improve upon it. That is what he should be talking about. And bring us that going forward, the transitional Professor Mills, in his own wisdom, we have practiced it on 2 occasions.
Okay.
And we are seeing some flaws. That's why I'm saying that 3 weeks transition, because it's something that we should look into it. For America, when we election November, they have about 3 months before the government is within this
in February,
because within these 3 months, all these things will be ironed out. What I said, all these things will be ironed out.
Now, short to cry. Recruitment.
The law will be there so that recruitment, the incoming government and the outgoing will sit down and say we are going to do audits.
Okay.
Within this period, this is how we did it. So a justification for it. Then that's what is done in the US.
Okay.
And then the government before Baba Power, so he also do his hiring. He will hire his people, those who are wanting. Also Trump. They started vetting his people, even when they hasn't been sworn in.
Yeah.
What I say. So we should look at best practices. Why do we have to wait for the government to be sworn in before we start doing vetting? Up to now, next Monday, we are now going to, after almost 7 December election, February or 24th, we are still doing vetting. I mean, no. So it is best. That is why we must have cool heads. Heads. They be politics. Me try the politics. We will not move forward. We criticizing sake. I was listening to their minority leader Tuesday, Monday. No, I was watching say why are we doing all this to ourselves? What would our employer know? Whatever problem having the CV a mistake. What is not necessary? You want to score political points, you want the people to say you are doing well. That's not the justification.
Okay.
Oh, so what we are doing, let us all sit down. Baumia should keep quiet. He should start speaking 2027. That's when he should start opening his mouth when he wants his people to vote for him.
Okay.
My brother here, Matisa, are contesting for president or MPP. Campaign. He has been humiliated. He should sit down and keep quiet. He shouldn't. He's not an opposition leader. MPP manifesto constitution. Once you are out of power, is the national chairman who is the leader of their party. He should shut up.
Okay. Chairman Ababiem with the shut up. I know Umia should shut up. Honorable Alexander Kwesi-Akwai-Oha, MP for Achimda and the former Deputy Health Minister. Dr. Baumia say waba abontin against Nensembia Okai because the worrying trend of attacks and impunity, recklessness, and reminiscent of a military takeover until say Okasana Mahamati.
Minamadas, me French, I can see ma wahre for the weti for yina. Any addition watch him down with Madarumanti, Metiha, Nyomwa.
Right.
And I feel me penny for them in your more Asia, nearby Ghana home como. By a bahino, a year, a guinea beer, your war, I bet with your bois in the running of Ghana as a corporate institution.
Right.
Say Ghana, a year of mania, Nipa air haswar. Dr. Baumia Kasa, Yedika Baba Basso. Say 1 year, Shahai, na one Tnasi na senia oshasiye ka se nka oma ninua President Mahama ekwan na onfanye na dwuma esanse ono we di vice president mfie wotweda nti onim oshowbo a ewo aban mu todo de nkonyaya kobemma President Mahama ekwan kakra ama na tenase aye den hyehyei ansa wabam abekirekire niema bia enkoyi nanso wotenase eye hwehan a enye yi esan emirikatuo ene oshowbo bia abwura oman ni mu and nam NDC for and they said Omakaka Ben some name never be or more. Dedikai. Former Vice President Mahmoud Bobia, presidential candidate. Actually, maturity. Bra, ya tua bayi ya yankwe ni mukurapu no jitumu. O sete example obian sete bida. Wamfa fake hope. Anase eni da so boni bi amma na chidifo. Anka say ya wa comfortable lead. Abra wonim se numbers no equality ye no eni amwayen. Enti se opeso oman no modwo na basabasa BNC nti preko no jitumu se ehwe se de ekono a Ghana force yenkogye ahome na NDC formra. Wati ase onfa Oshe boni biara emfanto Ghana forso. Onfa oshe boni biara emfanto de chili forso. Man nejidi for and it does so boni biara. Nemum obema omohuno se yanko shishie nema ye ni famra. Na wemu die webe vienai. Ombedo musubain enwedi. Aka fo bube was huye wo iboja empa di 300. Bofo was the leopard can never change its skin. Leopard or Sunday video said the enye da. So not obtieno Sarah Pepe to the uncle Cotrase. Eda ye hand you over Ediama President Mahama. She so depa a Dr. Baumia. Chichi obia chia President Mahama e bunu mwase. Krofo kanse mebre. Sabe akunyana na openo. Odi obodi ni di makunyano. Or do body need the Ghana for the Ghana for say President Mahama no matter manua. Sabi. Onim said him dear he has some superior ideas, much more than President Mahama. And so Ghana for to man in the dear. Obo chiano no bunimas the muase amano or the obo amano. Osanso kasa me kotrechire na mahwe. Kwan be fa so bu man me fama no metutu to mama mu no na munye de mo be yesa se mo de ye ni mo e de na mo de beba. Nenso watira si ehunu se da bi de ekono Ghana nya ndisi fo nkwa dia ena emadodo aye tuma anu no nipa bi eta na chi ena ye kasi ye analysis no ade ba kwa chairman mo ya eye me abrehwo da sebe chairman minim chairman se na ntimo bobe ewo politics mo ti politics ase e bia radio so obeka ne sei ama o machidi fo no ehun akenya but ni mu pa de onim se ndisi fo ekodich Minia, nipa etoma NDC 2020, kakrebia de beka ho motoma 2024. Nipa over 2 million anto aba atifie no. Omu nyinara e de abufuo bi na eso mo nto aba. Omo mpeso botoma NDC de omkotoma NDC. Eti sesa 2 million e beka ye de ho, aye gidi se ye nkrofo a omde abufuo de telafia. Eke de wa ba mu. Because me say Sankrofo no about who here. Listen, say all of us were engaged in the elections. Maybe Kobe, Nana Yadin who Jemu, Chema when Niagro. Omukosa lie, dear America Kotuaba, Pano ANDC for. Don't let us run away from this. The me because I, as a member of Parliament, Chairman BC form. Ekoye Obi Benim so MPP ni conform to Abama MPP. Or say men to now on certain reasons. Dear Dennis Sankrofon, Anko to Ama NDC, Obanko to Ama Nayam. Omunimusa Omabano, a MPP or Slodia, and Omanko to. There was a ratio, those people are there. And you should be worried, Chairman. So over 2 million people didn't have confidence in our political dispensation to also to Aba. A year writer among for Shibi, only 18 years I am my own call. Why you move and not buy and your fire won't be to your whole won't be to. This is a right that's not given to any other person. It is for us. You miss 2 million. You miss 2 million, they carry 40% no one get your bam. 81 to Nasi, and ne, 2 million people in the swoon. 2 million people nesu nipa ya fa obajumamu ya mfa obi ajumamu se woye MPP ni anaso ye NDC me as a deputy health minister metimi aka health there don't you make a chairman say ajima menu did not sack anybody sa letter da echo out no it was a letter ye ba ye no na financial clearance wo ho eni nipa wo mo fa wo mo no na emwebra it ni pese ye so sure said ya okay so so person be so sure ye we wrote a letter and said say yentwa recruitment process.
So they were reinstated.
Yeah, you'll be a radio. And yes, I found what you mean. The recruitment was still going on.
Okay.
And yes, we suspend it. And that letter stated, say, this is not a cancellation of the recruitment process.
Okay.
Yeah, emphasize here. Yeah, say the recruitment process, financial clearance, tallies with the process, and you can say, okay, omontuaso. And you phobia. I challenge every health worker. I challenge every nurse. Or see ye in this abreno. Now on my country say me revocation letter dear. Just like a day and conform be required GRA revocation letter, state revocation letter, Ghana water revocation letter, great revocation letters. We have all of them.
But what about the national health insurance for no?
National health insurance was it?
Yeah.
Sabri.
Debbie, that time I think said there was a letter from there call health insurance national service scheme.
No. I know about national service scheme.
Yeah.
But many the then chief executive, as well former minister for sports didn't come. Or say Obaye no near Fanipa. And now on his desk, chairman, two petitions from Public Services Commission.
Okay.
Sir, what Kofibia cho petitions are but he didn't even want to pay heed to it. No person didn't assume. But there was pressure from Public Services Commission.
Okay.
So he needed to act. Sanko for the petition our Public Service Commission. Our Public Service Commission actually said yes, they acknowledge that there's a petition against this recruitment.
Okay.
So it wasn't as if or no other pay. And the documentations are there for anybody to serve as a proof.
Right.
Yeah, right, you're suffering for converting. Me and me papa. What can say ampa? Or share fiscal space near the but I'm telling you, that was not a cabinet position. It was his personal position. And in nothing was done about that. I'm saying I'm challenging anybody. And Shawama Yomadi Oko NCA and they are here Sam George, Minister for Communication. Very youthful person. The youth is having an opportunity to create a change. Yera Rashid Pepu ne yere ewo NCA as a deputy director for the 8 years that we were in power. Rashid Pepu ne yere ne da paso sorry ekasumusem yan yinedi yan yini position ya manitra ho yera ya asafo mafo ba one na wo ho we kan say Sam George ba yin wa be yi nedi be you were yourself for pano on your politics Mr. Ba yempo no be who so you were yourself for ba of course the dimpo there be given up but nobody not too many people knew him say oye papa ba he is not political o kofi on politics as the juma no oye ono any Rashid people we all the same pedestal we allowed it. That is the kind of difference MPP.
Okay.
Nipa dodo a ye obedie. One more among for politics one way. One more among politics one way. Onyame adaroma. And unnecessary for us sorry aka say yemma kwain. This is not going to be allowed. Muyi obiedia. And na ye nyina de ye adwuma beto ho. And na ndisifo mu amon konkwa ye ndisifo adwuma ne. And ndisifo so de gina and atwetwe obobo. I have
almost munyi nurse biadi. And government spokesperson confirming say omunyi.
It is because if I say nurses for not sovereignty. GRNA, Ghana Registered Nurses Association for sorry. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. This is what we're expecting all other labor unions to do. Because labor union, you are for employment issues. Abayi baye was it Wababefa 331. 3 people for 3 shifts for 1 position. Yemfa nipa 3 for 1 position. Nipa baako. And I'm telling you, baby, you media fie no uko ufren kwala no a o meka chom say omu ko start adwuma no omu nya ahomje mpo. There's pressure on them. It's say omu hia nipa. Ye na ne ye wa ban mu. Obie ni one mo ye fa no a ye say after 7 December na ye sha say ye fa do. I have letters of the financial clearance. Chairman, I'll share that with you. Financial clearance be any one of my shots here. Nina a beginning of the year, a be a mid of the year, but we took our time. Oko health sector, your portal, Ministry of Health Recruitment portal.
Yeah.
Okoso, Now I call key in your information. And then your party for boy so say you did digitalization about in our employment process, in our recruitment process. I be near your supporter. And this is what on cra and the amount of constituencies. So Monfa nipa 10 for national security. Monfa nipa 15 for her. Monfa nipa obi and one mobile true porter. That is how low the country is sinking into. Yen fire who yen put hunu nipa ye fano. Ghana ni bia ya Ghana ni. Dr. Bob Mia Wakasa, Mia, Nisama Wakasa, Emudo. Employment is the other pet and the other home come. But I'm telling you, he is not shutting up. He has over 41% of Ghanaians voting for him. And another 2 million. That how my ready said, ne, ya to aba. And this is for Omunya Bosumi, but ya to aba na. Omube report. Hey. Messi,
after 4 days in power.
Messi. Na 44 days in power dey no be ye yera Mahama ba okase man honeymoon ya kase ye mpren won kwati kwa wa fa so de jisa honeymoon no committee wa form committee wo bibia ho nti onya ye committee ni pe na watu wagum na wakoje na home na teachers education committee no odiase musa na wakoje na home finance committee no atumatum na wakoje na home committee radio stations and radio station they started closing it down. Meanwhile, ex-president Mahama spoke against it. Sam just spoke against it. Now, my dear, I almost said Ghana for you. Okay. Well, medasi.
Meba also.
Let's tell me what I say.
Nana ya ba. Make meba no respond. Meba also. Nana ya ewa ha.
Tell me what I say. Nana.
Nana,
what would you do?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe Kasana, Alex. Nana, what would you do?
Munya butcher, the Mutre Mua. Munya butcher, the Chema Kawina Mo.
Say that
Munya butcher, the Mutre Kawina. Speak against these things. Nana, speak against these things.
Maybe I'm tea.
Speak against these things. It's not good for us. Hey, Chapa Munya body. Baby, I'm a chewy.
Manana Kasa. Aha. Nana,
Ashanti region.
What's
it 2 million? What's more 2 million votes? Ashanti region. Votes are Munya. That is the exact voter. Want to me this time want to me me over the years
Nana one the floor is for Nana. The floor Nana ya sapon and Nebrena aso mebane so say now I say good morning Obama, please tell the NPP MP that this type of arrogance led them to the massive opposition. Ghanaians are not blind as they thought. This Jandam will not succeed. Forcing Brown from Takoradi will say, hi, good morning, Obama. Okay, my father, and tell the MPP that they are telling lies about saying the rest of the people who didn't go and vote are all MPP. Who told them? I know people who did not vote, and there are NDC people who did not get transport to go and vote. I challenge him to go out and do a research and see what Ghanaians will tell him. Hene, was Sunyane, or say there was a financial clearance for the employment of teachers. So why are their appointments revoked after working for almost 2 months? Okay, Nana,
yeah. Eddie can make you.
Major so.
Machia wa hefo ni wetifo. Na machia Chairman Adiko Kane being honorable rights who production team for you now Obama we ask you the BIC way of funds na washawdi and I'm a
Mokano.
When I hear some of these commentary from a certain class of individuals, Tinawana mi masheme. If it's a maybe a chimo, yemubi ye kasai, ye tunko fofu, ye kasen die kono, e ye saboni and ye chato. Yedi Yasheha and Mekoso. 2016 after the elections. A tour by year 2017. In 2016, Nankasalukra tour by year, amount for Tiomugu Abontenso. Penifua abobra, edio manyedim. A Jinebi wa traffic light, I say, near Trini Finike Mudiesifo. Gentlemen, you don't know what Sunya friends. Abronye. Lidibi, Ukotamali Abontenswa, they did the same thing. That time, I remember, Sky FM, Sunyani, Mikasai, Amameka said, 2 minutes diaba. Nemum kwaya ye faso ye nyumano. Ye be ye humbe Ghana fueshi. Na asani reserve player wa bench. Na ne mpa ba wo bone se ne nyonkumpra ne yemfa no nkoram. Ne nyonkumpra ye no kra no no atobo akọ park no so.
No e prano.
That is where we find ourselves today. Why would we have to cry foul? Yes, we ought to be able to correct the wrongs. Say, mine and yebu. Na say, mine yebu dia. Na was emra. Ye juma woman. Obama. An act of criminality is an act of criminality. Boni ya boni. Me ubisame na me kase niye kosuno enye.
There is no justification.
There is no justification. But then there should be a bedrock on which this is built. Mejina waka. Niye say every recruitment and it goes through a certain process.
Yeah.
From the time I identify say we need to hire people. Spaces say one hour retirement. Expertise I be here additional hands. Say you be a report by the HR department. Say you be konya advertising. Emra you be to show. Say you be manko for kwanya mo maturaba. The sorting out process, the interviews, the medicals, all that process ni na no emre anamewa. Okay. Every organization be our calendar. Every organization. Your friend is saying Angel Group.
Yeah.
More organizational calendar.
Of course.
Maybe an unfortunate incident can happen. An emergency. Na BBC for ababefaw. No mo de woko. Because BBC grammar kai. Abranti bi send me WhatsApp and ra.
Okay.
Now o invite me ako omo sister station back.
Oh, okay.
Na me catch so unfortunately me accept some about Thursday school.
Okay.
And I say well noted. Na ohun picture no.
Okay.
I say well noted. I like the way this guy handles the show. He is a trained journalist and not a loose cannon in front of a microphone. Please tell him that I salute him. He is flying the flag of journalism very high. Mia,
Medana says.
But we are now sorting me out. Oh,
Medana say.
Iti Ebiana ene BBC for abaso mo befa wako.
There will be a casual vacancy.
There will be a casual vacancy, an emergency that we need to fix.
Right.
What you say? Ebiana security or was when ya soja mu akwa kudi. And now wa made my friend now was say masa and your friend you ntimi kodi soja.
Okay.
Immediately was some po bi manager ho. And no different. From that time, I move here from my old place, Abahai. Now, my person more expanding tea. What I say? Ebia mu here nipa be 20 account.
Yeah.
A different for say HR for what nasi. No maka say ebia there is a gap. Inti nipa 10 ebeko pension next week.
Yeah.
Nipa 20 ko transfer waha. Nipa 5 actually more resigning. Into Kikambo Muno in the next 2 months. There will be a vacancy and a space for Nipa 20. That will be a major recruitment. It has to go through a process.
Yeah.
I mean, we are managing director. Now we babeko retirement. And I say be jayejuma.
Yeah.
And I say you be a appraiser to see whether they should renew your contract or not to renew your contract. Now 3-4 months to the time I only say you be Are you telling me, say, the board would give you the opportunity to take major and impacting decisions on the organization?
So would they offer our company law serious? And it's possible because board don't know I just say all members
for the purposes of good governance.
Yeah,
we were entering into a major election. Okay, the next elections are me ubusami candidate opinion and major election.
The next election.
Yes.
Why?
What is
every election should be a major. So
it's major, but ubusami in the Ghanaian contest any major election
because
sana Ghana for afano. But here co elections biemuna. It was so say in the middle of the year, a free June, July, August, econo. Oh yeah, by now or by more. You need not to take certain decisions. A bit put so much weight and frustration on the government, on your budget, on your wage bill, and all of that.
But there is no cap and limitation on when to employ.
Hold on, there is.
Okay.
There is.
But
there is.
Yeah.
Meaning, no, a deputy health minister.
Right.
When you said there is a calendar they use to recruit nurses. When you said there is a calendar they use to recruit doctors.
Yeah.
What you saying? We school are almost serving. Almost serving we are. Na backlog niwa. There is a time frame. Almost baby and bunty. Ubewa nurse for near the osu or started sa one okasana or posting bia ko baby or starting no kasa baby a bear match muho baby because onim se ebi free bear June muho baby no omo processes bedding e be shasi. How can you begin the process of major recruitments in the month of September, October? When elections is in December, and yet the end of December, the elections is on the 7th of December. It is our starting process in September, October, November. 3 months to elections. 3 months to elections would be a major recruitment. That is unfair.
Let's just say best start here to your more likely January,
February. Because they have to go through the controlling accountant general process. Now, who hear major recruitment? Who be advertising? What you saying? In the end, say we advertise it 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We hear your calculation. No, we advertise it 2 weeks. 2 weeks ni we no and go for the letters near the adiaba. Nti emfa so the page juma pa into nipa do do na the applications na buy wait me the 1 week I sorting out na we enye 3 weeks no o frefre o mu a wo chro o mu letters e ma o mu date no another 1 week enye 1 month nko e to start 1st September say January September what you say na e kwan October o be frɛ o mu o be yo mu interviews. A be free tamale, a be free wa, a be free saint. You find so the bear 1 week, and a bear your interviews a week. I was a consultant now, and our HR department not nasi. Now omo puti omo report together. And find another 1 week, and yet 2 weeks no. Qualified a you for now unya woman. I feel now be free omo amako your medical so.
And an appointment letter.
Mimia. Couldn't we have waited until after the elections to see whether or not the managers of our economy would be changed or not be changed? This is a major recruitment processes they did.
Okay.
Minya kahwa ebeya meya. But for the purposes of good corporate governance,
okay,
we should have allowed this process to hold. Na de eya me ya wo ho say kwanya e bi mu fa so ye wo modie no. There is a particular organization and agency in the health sector. Unim said the na branch no ye no. And then we recruiting nipa 5. Or china no recruiting nipa 10. And they say yes mo munye major recruitment.
Yeah.
And they china recruiting nipa 2. And they china o nipa 4 appointment. Sir, now from that September no to December no. Kanipa or recruit
in totality no why major recruitment.
Totality why major recruitment.
Okay.
In Tomo ba no money e be kan brofo. Ye kofi na e kokatwi. And say any woman. We need to be able to ensure say Administrator General any sir omo you responsible for your transitions ni ade no.
Okay.
By September going. No. Per the act, main kind idea, 3
months to election.
3 months to elections, you do handover notes.
Yeah.
And so if you have done your handing over notes, you don't take major decisions again. You do not take decisions that can change the destiny of your organization when you are about moving out.
Yeah.
And we need to be honest and candid about some of these things. Let us not play politics with it.
Okay.
And maybe make I say.
Usi from no.
Missy from no. Say security agencies. NDC for yebi. MPP for yebi. Aka 5 months a year to elections no. No my recruitment into the security agencies. Omo elections. What you say?
Some survivor.
Almost survivor. It's almost fa. We no more fa. Mama is slotting be ameje. Almost fa. Almost fa. Now me come phone you. Don't say vote.
Omo tie wa ho.
Ai, omo here.
Enti na kasa ye.
Na dey na making.
Ye wo ka kire say me am slot the bit.
Asem what make can say. At the end of the day, no omo ye major recruitment. Obehwem, let's be candid with ourselves. Hey, party boys nkwa.
Okay.
What you say? Omo any form we are near the Marco Akotutu polling stations, no say or Mongade, Hadi. Oh, this are gimmicks, no, your money again. Oh, say, I was see jai because your mind here boo. She Ghana Susin Amayoku, Ghana Susin Menebu. Into decisions be and we always proud ourselves say the your friends the America of your friends Africa
democracy.
What you say?
Okay.
Now, say ya. Obama, we need to be able to put an end to it. We have to legislate it. I was saying a come.
But transition act, no, and yeah, Bonibia, yeah, so. And we don't
say when there is
we need to
when there is a gap in the law, I'm friend is saying say space but
lacuna.
When there is a lacuna, what you say? Now one amending and bridge that lacuna.
That's okay or no?
They be go Canberra for you need to for it.
That's how now
okay day. I was so block is to Kruna that hono. What you say?
Okay.
O block is to Kruna. Obi nya kwan fem. But when the lacuna is there, sa to Kruna dahwa. Obi abe fem.
Right.
Now here na mpe to Kruna.
Mr.
Obi abe fem.
Nana ya so for na otere kano. Also obi abe to Kruna ntino obi abe fem. And there is a lacuna in the transition act.
Who doesn't like a who?
Chairman, young caught the second part, and so we be now respond. But at least the 10 minutes, share promoting accountability. President Mahama declare, but then there is no transparency or the declaration of assets. Dom level say it doesn't serve any purpose if you cannot any the next 7 minutes.
The question is what does the law say? The law says we declare assets.
Yes.
What the best envelope? You won't seal the envelope. We are called Accountant General.
Yeah.
Accountant General will then peruse Obefemu. So who say it may be incorrect. He will call you to come and to come and correct whatever mistake is in the system. And as far as that, not normally, No, normally, you say, who declare assets. Which
Yes.
There's no fanfare. But in this instance, President Mahama came and declared his assets openly. So that, or certain exams say, why? But, say, the Malavo per se is transparent. Then they are talking about publishing it. Now, okay, President Jerry John Rawlings, he tried to make access declaration be published. In the Crawford said, who publish it will be access. About Crawford, about attacking. Or maybe they will come to his house and attack. Whatever, if you only be no, a Crawford about that, definitely people or baby, they will display the property outside.
Yeah.
Somebody will come and attack them until they put a stop to it.
Okay.
The question is, what kind of transparency are they talking about? If there's a need for transparency, that means that they should publish the assets declaration. That is all that is talking about. And they will have to go back to the constitution or go back to the parliament and have a law or amended so that it becomes an open thing. Who declare? They should even call to come and sit down and tell us how you. There are a lot of things involved in it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any part of the world, that say politicians and appointees declare masses and publish it.
Oh, I've seen some. The recent Senegalese president, it was published in the National Daily, former Nigerian president. Buhari, they publish. I think there's some society communities they do.
Well, if they do, I'm here to really. It's good that you are. If I'll go and research it.
Of course.
As far as I know, Buhari, the one who said Buhari can also Sojeni.
He publishes.
Kukuna Kakabi no one publish. The Tinebu so publishing assets. Can you go? This kind of does that. So let us be serious about this.
Yeah.
Asset declaration. It is a means of saying that we are trying to stop people going to politics and amassing wealth. But the question is that Obetu amassing wealth, Obet declare as Obet publish it. Then say better frate. So person or amassing wealth, or fashion idim. Or penny kazimbi will be ration idim. I mean
Chama experience.
No. You see, let's speak to reality.
But that's the reality.
Let's speak to reality. No matter what said my brother. Okay. Certain things we shouldn't be hypocritical about it.
That's true.
When we speak truth to power, then don't waste our time about all these things. We find best practices. Because in Macron publishing the assets, now occur abema. Can you question him?
What creative trust?
Creative trust fund be the shame. So the best thing is that people should be honest to offer service.
Okay.
You see that all over the world people go and serve honestly. Oh, at the end of the day, no. Sabbath Friday, you see, Obia Okonsu no. Oyere Onumbi. Nti ba means anamibwa. Nti ba means people maybe be kanwano. But be kanwano not in the excess. I remember say there's so much opulence. So when Ubani feel was 25 or 10 V8. I mean it's not fair. This is why we are struggling in this country. That is the work of corruption. That is why we are struggling in this country. And this asset declaration, people declare their assets. But at the end of the day, nobody say what a private jet. How you bought a private jet. What is important is that if you are in government, or you are a government appointee, or you are a civil servant, in America, in other countries, they watch your lifestyle.
Yeah.
They watch your lifestyle. The moment they look at Obama, say, Obama. And say Obama, this is here, there, or cost Savoy, or share suit, it cost it $1,000, $2,000. Quietly, they start investigating you.
Lifestyle audit.
Exactly. These are the kind of things that we should have institutions to do than writing paper and say, come and pay the paper on the wall for everybody to do. No. What I say, look, we have gone, and I know you have lived in this country, you've seen that government appointees that you and him went to
the same school.
The same school. You said and then tomorrow Obama will be driving VW, and then that guy within 6 months of going to driving V8, or another V8 or another Lexus, and then nobody asks questions. We glorify them.
God has blessed them.
Exactly, and then people also, other people want to emulate it, so it becomes a multiplier effect. Until transparency, publishing, and that kind of thing, it will take us to what it means that we must have institutions who are checking government appointees. Very, very important.
Right.
That is what we tend to jump into a wholesale. You kind of be for, but we don't go and look at and say, the heart of an anta. What do? You take your time.
Patience.
Be patient. We are not being a patient people. Government is in power for 50 days. All of a sudden, Mahama is talking. All of a sudden, my brother MP is talking. 50 days.
44 days.
44. Me say plus or minus. How? Then train at least 6 months. Hey. Now me come out now ba mu 8 years. Man declare mu access. Mu Minister of Finance Okoji the first bond Templeton, sir, they see 5% to 10%. Up to now, you wouldn't back always, but that me and you have paid for it. Enterprise insurance, SIC, enterprise insurance. We are not enterprise insurance for about $800 million. These are the kind of things you don't need to put on paper. Declare your asset. You don't need. It's useless. Useless. I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you an example. He has declared his assets, but look at what has happened. SIC for enterprise insurance. Every loan be a percentage.
Okay.
Data bank. Every loan be a. This is what we should be looking at. The catch at dome level, so that is what he should be looking at. Not President Mahama not being transparent.
Okay.
We are declaring as a problem. We are transparent. We should stop this. To use the word hypocrisy. This country, Ghana, we are so hypocritical. Ghana, Ikoyi from Ghana. Hypocrisy, if you want to talk about it, we will never finish.
Okay. Chairman Adeko Kase, the declaration of asset tonight they could carry down on the lifestyle audits and hypocrisy. Honorable.
Yeah, now me time no one me time kakra because me na mo opposition. Me na wose me kasa. Na me ma wetiefo ne wahwefo nyina hunu de ekoso. Na me kasa na ya beka bi aboa me. But that be one fan to you. I say you still want to support. Me no the opposition.
They are not started that.
That be a chance here.
Ghanaians.
So, me no the opposition so kai.
Me dey na me matino opposition be 16 years.
I don't know there.
That's how I'm no opposition.
44 days.
Me no know wabem.
Alan wabem no opposition.
Alan trade minister.
We are trade minister no opposition.
No how?
Obama.
Moment come on.
44 days in opposition.
Also Onyema Ekoso ni.
44 days.
Obama.
8 years.
Obama me hear me time.
Mo run it 2 minutes.
Me chance after be chance.
Deputy Minister of when see hospital back. Deputy Minister and Kamuche. Deputy Minister of Health. When to me see hospital back.
Deputy chairman with them from me I don't know it.
Deputy.
Deputy.
Government hospital. I think government hospital for about 100 years. We have rehabilitated.
No one didn't bottom sick.
Okay. Make the question then.
Wait, Mr.
Your agenda 111. Over 111 hospitals.
Wait, let me think.
Ghana ya chichere. Ya dear. Ghana force yantirechi no monhwe NDC. Enunti NDC for the opportunity they have in say on be bibia esubi emada positively. Rather the esubi mada no awomoye no the negative things. Because they say the make say aban bia betina so no yi ni pagina edi. ye hunu bi da mu ye ne sei no mu hye ye chidifo no so kutupa ama ye ba ye so ye be the same thing that Ghana ye kwe anim anase ye kwe achi because na obi a we ne di otifie bia no and that's why menti ase because you see say enya emofra no a the youth no a obupa adwuma nti ye pese obukọ manimu a enkade we de nke bebo ye nsema ma ndisifo because abofra bia we ne di bia na okofia ono ne fiefo the busuafo ne nsorefo because na dwuma onya ye no tua tight and the way you dey no tua tight bi e jo so for support wo no abaka se da be dan kofo se no de ba dia na se beto abatia ebia na owo kanche mabia oheno be mabia owo kanche mabia oheno and then wa betle fie yi na di and then the kanche man no to abama wo asendis no because asendis for mbeko fie that's how I'm saying say na ye to aba and this for be report all
okay
because I reshemu aye gya wo mumu no enye nie now oba asset declaration one Yera Mahama mi hunu say president be declare na asset one free media ni na be di echire da it's always a normal process no why and the year ka say wa hunu say ehun ya say yama media media echire a na nka wuye wa biem o se meniema me wenie that way media ka way media because
yeah
ni bebre
the classes
ni bebre
awuni meniema
oh ni bebre I want to curtain
oh
are masa that is me can mo ya be can some that say na mirror ba obi aka ye no ye pese ye mo bre yen gas ye be kasa o mo na mama ye ho kwan na ye kasa just like Dr. Baumia said and kadi what's any baby because mo ye nim say you have nothing to offer it kamwa say a man is a friend say is trapped by his own words it is some mo keka ye no an bi nie na make mo say 331 3 positions for 3 slots 3 shifts for one job
don't worry
let's say that na ka ye biedi Sabu wa huode wo tumi nsa mo be ya ade na mo yi ebiedi
ye obiedi
chema wo so de miracle so da ya ade
they were
o de ma be kama sam
or say irregular
appointment
ana make catch us say me wo financial clearances wa ha ebie ni ho no mo a ye issue no before June I can show you them I can show you those financial clearances. Oh, a process. Say you perceive your modi bia enka. And a way my yo mediano, a big crazy pay November. Ghana water for employment November, BIG pay. Senate for a BIG pay.
We will investigate, and if they are properly done, we will reinstate them. That's what we have said.
It's a moment of investigation. I didn't hear. You are acting in first saying according to military dictates. Said them, but revolution man check you. Abaya aba yenina na first say national chairman simple nie.
Mo look cry na mo.
You say look at the simple nie.
Betwa muti.
Adenti. Ama yo some so dey etitwa. And there you. Yeah, the ideas they Yera Mahama Nanka when your opportunity say me babe declare my city any Emra enshame and so me pese me ye bibi o we no kaka ho say Auditor General for and take advantage of the constitutional review na you hear say betimi asesa yeah asset declaration regime you see it's different say worker and it's a warrior. Yera Mama eka say ye ba oba obetwa article 71 meboa meboa also obetwa article 71
ex gratia in particular
obetwa article 71 tiyehwe
what na parliament 2 times they be out ex gratia
many years gratia parliament 2 years gratia mobia
when there's some end of service now mojiji
enye as the service see abiti way if parliament am call you know meje the salary of 7th parliament
okay
because after 8th parliament it will no as you be salary
okay
it is salary meje in this 9th parliament
8th
that's it
okay
so that's it 8 you know say
difference no
come on there.
When you say,
but so what me say me salary ni.
No.
O da say insisa ye wo.
Obama.
O chem say enia. O chem say enia.
How can you
Obi
go to parliament and then they'll pay you something that no, this is why we should amend the constitution. I mean, how? When you go to parliament to know
legally normal increase.
But I'm saying that
back pay.
No, there shouldn't be any back pay.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, please. Please. This is what is destroying this country.
No,
One minute.
1 minute. These are the kind of things that we should put a stop to. Don't you know your salary? Next year, your back day to salary. And you sit in parliament and you allow these things to happen. And then you come and tell those outside that they should have their salaries determined before they go to employment.
Okay.
And you know, chairman, into na buying Nasa Shano, almost a son. Oh, that's it. It's in the way patch to say,
yes.
And near maybe or no more, and Yambra and a bashaw. But O pepper your aye. Not why yes, Ubayens the same. And I'm making about me. The greatest change that happened to this country was his concession. Because it be about women somewhere real and so no more short munko for kutupa say or more comfortable lead. And now that's but papa no prepare your wound money didn't know. E buy apple so there be anyi.
Okay.
Mommy and fee. Into the way no me expect to say and Kayira mama or say what declare na asset no or say ni my publisher Emran Shame. Then so many BB with DC my publisher and yamrew. It's year of say you have missed that opportunity. And Kabech Ghana for say you are walking the talk.
Okay.
And yet as a kekebra walker. Because at the end of the day, when ye some kind, Mr. Honeymoon one we are yapano the committee. Or cast up honeymoon near CM Famano. Or so Queen Bias obey honeymoon. It will say your committees will be beyond education committee, finance committee, one committee, one committee, constitutional review committee, until they say or general honeymoon.
All right.
So that's it. We has missed that opportunity. TV Sunua or the better or declare an asset. No, it is neither here
nor there.
Nor there.
Okay.
Say or proper year openness, transparency, and can let you who say. A dia walk cantamanto idia, a dia wahe, a dawaha, a dawa, they gave a huniamo.
Or say, Nanael, you've made a very solid point this morning, messenger or the buyer, and I see your submissions are very solid. And tell Obama, okay, I watch Angel now because of the maturity with which you handle the show. God bless you, my Sunyani family. Okay, Yenya or Tenyoho. And Tiasro Kunkomano, Reverend, yet Yawano pay. Nana, Fadiaka Nana, Yemfa, and wrap you up. President Mahama, I may an opportunity saying, first president, what publishing assets, Nani appointees, so this will be.
When a cancer of
Dom level.
Unim Dom level. No, you ding.
Also, a auditor general.
No, you auditor.
Former auditor general.
So, on a number of friends, Nebusan and some Pessimi Busan and say, no, you auditor general. And I'm mobile too fast. How do you
me want a letter or send them appointees or indicated the chair or money now say you have to declare.
That is not in his. That is not part of his responsibilities. It is constitutional.
Okay.
Act 550.
Yeah.
All right. It's titled the Public Office Holders Declaration of Access and Disqualification Act 1998.
Yeah.
It is in there.
Yes.
So every public holder, office holder knows that legally what he has here. Yeah. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Yeah.
It is a fra. Me didn't me ban say now or your auditor general.
Yes.
Writing a letter to remind an appointee is not your responsibility. If the person has not done it, let the law take its course. Your responsibility is to receive the asset declaration. In any case, when you were Auditor General and you knew that there were lacuna in the act, what did you do about it? Because as the lead of audit service, you had a responsibility to lead a change. What you said, that hypocritical attitude of some of our leaders.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Hey.
It's so hypocritical.
Double level.
Hey. Hypocritical.
And na say ni e na mo bodom le what so. Nyamu hiro no.
Let's be
Nyamu hiro no.
When you read articles
and then the mo bodom le what so.
Oh, Okasana or Kasaronga.
Asa declaration.
Okaronga
286.
It's Article 286.
Already 286. Or see, a person who holds a public office mentioned in clause 5 of this article shall submit to the Auditor General a written declaration of all property or assets owned by or liabilities owed by him, whether directly or indirectly. Or see, within 3 months after the coming into force of this constitution or before taking office as may be, at the end of every 4 years, and at the end of his term in office. It's nature say, you know now,
yes.
Walk office no, and he say, free office.
I'm free the Omunya.
Me say, you're a land Jonko Juchamanti money.
Obe free officer.
Yes.
Okay.
What you say? And you're common. Say what but the lacuna is where nobody has the right to open the sealed envelope. Hey, Okoji form na. Me the bachelor. Okoji form na. Send your city here for the purposes of a means sending more because yeah.
Yes.
Whoa, a titi form.
Oh, old one
From 1998. I'm from year from yes, baby necessary kakra.
Okay.
Baby or Honman Gino or say vehicle, plant, machinery, including fishing boats near the identity space of Mujaho 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Honorable or farm or tractor or harvester or sprayer. Nina or pickup bear 5 out the quafu.
Yes.
Or Land Cruiser or so be mammy back. A tray, but Menaka go some pickup 9.
On our boat in Quayate.
It's cars ni plants near the Adenquama Bob 15 space bet saying about
8.
So in even filling the form you have limited and I already so krana bibia nchiro odi hye na waboka na number na wabo data otoye na amount a otoye what you say but all can or say liabilities crash ka ho inti nature say whether the property is appreciating or depreciating no krano at that point when you are declaring your asset the value we don't even know. So what Domevlo should be championing is the change we ought to have.
Especially
already great transformational plan now you told or my Ghana for ye did back one koma Rajo Mahama. Chairman, I was some na the woman with me on corruption. So amend existing asset declaration rules to strengthen disclosure and introduce new forms of asset tracking and recovery, including but not limited to instruments such as lifestyle audit for tracking unexplained wealth and recovery of proceeds of corruption. This is the way to go. Now, but hypocritical English way, but say, please,
too much.
Not chairman, JDM Ecofa Media on the 25th or 26th January 2017. Nana do the same thing.
Honestly, declared it, yeah.
Presidents declare. You see, per our tradition, the president does not go to the Auditor General's office.
Yes,
they have to
the Auditor General and his team comes to the president's office to receive his asset declaration.
Okay.
What you are saying? Omo makanidi okoji forms no o fili wi na wakọ submit.
Okay.
Na wakọ submit ye silia wi kopem se asem bi beba. Na court asya Auditor General say minua bieso. He has not got right to open.
Yeah.
That is where that is where the transparency is. Whether or not, in fact, Enka Yera Mahama publish ni asset declaration kakra. Because we know what audit service for coin say. Emrano ya momo diawo. say yeah constitutional review.
Yes.
Into constitutional review na you know. Mum pushy. Na sa review na Ghana for aka ye hu dede na mososo kra no hamono. Na yes sa amendment no.
Okay.
That is what is important. So I would advise Domevlo.
Okay.
He should add his voice and chro chro bebrebe no. One na say. Na one chro kwanya ye be faswa it will become more transparent. Kwanya ye be faswa audit service for ebe putting in measures to even track lifestyle audit.
Okay.
Now chairman Ekasan many wunyina nim nkofobia ne ani omo sunyan a wo na oto aduane ma wo. The baby ani ekodi fufuo wo mo ase wi. Ne ye totua kama wo.
Ebi was 7-8 cars. But edwuma no
ase ye de yan edwuma.
Onye hwe.
What you say?
Yeah, na me
lifestyle audit. Say ene chairman anase me nua at V8 mo me. I won't question. Why? Papa Oti, no a guy that dance on with the MP.
Why edwuma ye hospital.
Why edwuma ye no send designer sunglasses that. What you say? Chairman. Why you football administrator? Account players. Chairman wa cash. Chairman wa cash. Anya fe na me be busa chairman say onya ne yi wo he. Watch na. So who semiti Rolls Royce mo a. Me bon pa say nya me hira. But who semiti Rolls Royce Obama busa me say me nya na wo he.
Me Fred Omlevo.